Steven, I feel like we're failing as adult humans, and we have been forever. And we know this, but I'm saying specifically because of Santa Claus. All right? Think about
Okay.
this.
So as a whole, humanity has been failing as a
We've been
whole. Is that
failing.
Anthony and Steven
It's not
specific?
just us, it's all of us, right? I feel like we really dropped the ball on what's possible, like the potential magics that we could be doing together. You know what I mean? Like we don't do enough. Like I remember like when I was a kid, I always had like one aunt or uncle who would like lie to me and be like, "Oh, he was supposedly seen in this country like heading blah blah blah," and like someone would say something. I haven't heard any of that stuff in yeah, I haven't even considered. I haven't even like. But Steven, think about like we have so much at our disposal. We have like
Oh
our
my God.
kids. I mean,
Yeah.
our kids would
This
assume
is the
everything's
generation
AI.
that should really get fucked over,
One
really.
hundred percent. We should be lying to these kids all day, right? But dude, like,
We could
why?
be generating signs level videos of like him
That's
crossing
dude, that's
bushes.
That's exactly what I was gonna die, dude. So I literally read like so I've written down like why aren't there more Bigfoot-esque sightings of Santa Claus? Like why do we have pictures that are like
Like a
blurry,
cookie in his hand, glass of milk.
just like just a milk mustache on a roof, like blurred? Like that would be amazing.
Fake news reports of like the milk crisis of 2025. Where's it all going? We don't know.
The Grand Cookie Thief, and it's like, look, he doesn't just take the cookies that you leave out for him. He likes other kinds too. Stop it. But I was just thinking about this. I was like, man, we could do so much better. I was like, so much about what we've created, like what Santa's become, has it's so weird, and I enjoy some of the magic, but I was also thinking, Stephen, like, what if? Okay, like the idea of like vampires, where it's like, what if the vampires filled the like it basically sent out fake news to people? They're like, like yeah, we love garlic, like yeah, it doesn't hurt us at all. Silver means nothing to us, like holy water, who cares? It doesn't hurt because like we don't believe in any particular religion, whatever. But like they spread these things because they don't want people to know what their actual weaknesses are, their vulnerabilities. So like they spread these ideas. People go to attack them. They're like, "Ha ha, suck this cross," and they're like, "Yeah, I can't do jack." And like they break your neck and
We
drink your
made
blood.
this up. We
Yeah,
completely generated this information.
we generated this information because why wouldn't we, right? So I was thinking, what if Santa was like, well, like I need to get information out there so people don't know what I really am, But like when you look at the evidence, right? The evidence being like the stories, right? Like the story of like Santa comes down a chimney and like, has this bag of presents and like leaves presents and there are elves involved somehow and he's riding with reindeer, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense. Now I understand. We excuse everything by just general magic, which is fine. But like, Steven, wouldn't it make sense if Santa Claus were just this big?
Because
Like,
then he
think
can
about
easily fit down chimneys.
it. Okay,
He's
think
got
about
a
this.
magical bag with the
He has a
toys in
bag of
it.
holding, Steven. He's
Mm.
basically like a gnome.
He's a
He's
tiefling
like
or
a
what was it?
yeah, like a tiefling,
Tiefling?
but he's like a he's like a little gnome, like a little elf, like gnome guy with a magical bag of holding that probably rides on a reindeer. Like I
Just a
just like there's
single.
I just there's so many fun ideas that you could have. Maybe it's not just one. Maybe it's not just one big guy, but it's a bunch of elves, and that's why he can go to different places. It's not that he's super fast, he can transcend like the speed of light, but that it's an army of Santa Clauses, much like there are like there's another Dread Pirate Roberts every time someone else dons the
Mm.
mask. So it's like every elf that wears this costume has to respect the title of the Santa Claus.
You
Like
are the king of elves,
yeah,
aka Santa the Claus.
yeah, you're Santa Claus, but like we're all Santa Claus. We are, it's like I am Spartacus, but it's like all the elves are Santa Claus. We're gonna go out and give all these gifts. I don't know, like I just like all these different ideas, but I'm just like, oh no, but instead we're letting it slide. We don't care about it anymore. No one spots
He's
him.
just this very well oil painting for Coca-Cola commercial back from the 1920s and 30s. That is all he is. It was an artist rendition of an eyewitness account.
I'm just Steven. I'm I might do it this year, Steven. I might do it. Because I feel like Atlas is on the cusp. He's like he I feel like it's one of those things. Like I feel like he already knows, Like I feel like he knows. but I want to see what happens. I kind of want to lie to my kid. I want to like I've never done it. I've never like out loud like said a thing to him. Like I let him believe whatever he wants to believe when it comes to some of this stuff. But I was thinking, Steven, okay, what if I told him what if I said basically what I said to you where I'm like, why don't we have more information about Santa Claus? We have cameras, we have all this stuff. I'm gonna film him. I'm an adult. I'm gonna stay up on the couch. I'm gonna set up a camera and I'm gonna film him. And then I can just literally make a video of me
Of you sleeping on the couch,
sleeping on the
and
couch.
then you just AI.
Yeah, I don't even have to use it. Like I could literally get a costume and just quickly
You can do that too.
just do that, right? And I can just do that. And then I can show him, be like, dude! And like,
Dude, look at this.
yes. And like, even if it's just like a blur of like hands and then suddenly, like, because dude, I could edit that so easily where it's
Mhm.
just all the presents appear and I'm still just sleeping there. It would be so easy.
Dude. And he would be like going to school after break, like, guys,
Yeah.
I have video evidence
I
of
have
Santa
video evidence.
Claus.
Like I'm just like, oh, I'm just like I'm so torn. Like because part of me wants to do that, but also part of me is like, oh, if he's on the cusp, I should probably let him just like discover this situation and like we make our own magic and whatever. But
Imagine almost being out of a rabbit hole, and then just someone's
yeah,
like, he'll shoot your eye out, kid, and kicks you right in the face
picture.
and
That's what I'm
pushes you
saying. I
right
don't
back
know.
down
I
that
don't know.
rabbit hole.
I'm very torn about it, right? Because like I don't want to I don't want to like throw him out of his childhood magic, but I also don't want to like hold him in it or freak him out and give him a complex where like he's truly like because Steven, if I see one UFO, my life is over. That's why I don't see them. I know it. I
Mhm.
know it, Steven, because if I see one thing in the sky and I'm like, oh yeah, no, 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 I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna go look for that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna
It's
ruin
done.
life.
It's over.
I I've built this wonderful life with this family. I finally found the love of my life. I'm getting married, but no, I'm throwing it all in the garbage because I
It would
saw one
immediately
thing.
lose all value because there is something out there.
It's just
The
insane.
truth is out there. David Duchovny needs to come assist me. There are things in the world that go bump in the night.
100%, and we're gonna bump back until I get him. But I don't want to do that to him. I don't want to like make him like freak out and be like, oh well, if that's out there, then he's always watching, and
Mhm.
like there's enough to worry about, Steven. Speaking of things to worry about, we have other issues to talk about, like making comics and being human. So let's get to the show. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, my best friend Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles and nonsense that life throws our way. They try their best to kick us in the face with their giant Santa boots and keep us on the naughty list as we trudge through this weird quicksand of life. But Steven, I think we're doing pretty good despite all the everything, despite
We are.
the big nonsense of human existence. We're doing it. We're trying to make comics. We are on issue freaking 4 of
Hmm. Hmm.
our book Deathless. It's a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Amazon Kindle or KDP or whatever. It's also on our website at wehaveissuespodcast.com. But it's a fun book and we're working on issue 4. Hopefully we'll get it done by March. That's our plan. So Steven, speaking of that, how did you do this week? What did you want to do and what did you actually get done?
I got page 16 entirely done. So yeah, and I'm already working 17. So we're getting there for issue 4 being completely done, drawn anyway.
Heck freaking yeah. Yeah, dude, I also finished coloring a page this week, which felt really good. Barreled,
Awesome.
dude, oh my God, Barreled is just such, so there's a demonic rainbow monster teddy bear beast in this book, and I love him. I love him as a character. I love how he's drawn. I love everything about him. Coloring him sucks.
It's about to get a little worse,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
I don't know if you looked at the pages yet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's got some more color on him now, or
Can't wait.
less.
No, yeah. No, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But but dude, I'm so glad we're starting to like get back in the swing of things. There's so much going on right now. This is a crazy season. So for those of you who don't know, obviously it's Christmas season. It's like December, all this stuff. There's always stuff to do, but to make matters more complicated, I'm getting married in a month. I'm
Yep.
getting married. So we've been just nonstop trying to get everything together, make sure everything's okay, make sure we know, where everything, just we have everything in line, and everything,
Mhm.
make sure everything goes as smoothly as it possibly can, knowing that everything's not going to go smoothly, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and so it's on top of this that, and then of course there are random birthday parties that we have to go to, or random, just like life events and work, and there's just always something to do.
So much to juggle
Dude,
this
oh my,
season.
yeah, it's just been a season, dude. I know you've been doing a lot with like the doing things with the girls and going to
The
like
dance
the
and yeah.
dances, the parties, and the
Hmm.
man. So how I don't know, like how have you been? How do you always feel, or how do you feel right now about like this time of year and like trying to get
Oh,
things
this is like where I just mentally check out and just let my body like I'm like Spider-Man after he got his spirit sent out by Doctor Strange, and my body's just reacting to the things around it and doing its best to take care of the things that need to be taken care of.
It's funny you say that. Okay, so we were playing what were we playing? We were playing like Munchkin or something with my fiance and her brother and her brother's fiance. And but we're all playing this game, and her brother brought up the idea that he was like, I remember when I first like kind of like came to as a person, where I was like, you're like a child. And then he's like, something happens, and I was like, and it's like shaken like into consciousness almost. And it's like, for a lot of people, it's like pooping themselves or peeing their pants or so, something like blah blah blah. And like I like that. It's funny because like a lot of us have those stories where like, crap, this is the first time like I remember like feeling fear or feeling like like attached to this weird, I don't know if it's like feeling the consequences of a particular action. You're like, ooh, like I'm in this moment and here we are, whatever it may
Mhm.
be. But it's funny because it did make me think where I was like, I feel like we all have a lot of those moments like throughout life. Like I feel like because like what you said, I know for a fact I go through chunks of time where I'm basically on autopilot. Like
Yep.
obviously I'm still a person, I'm still aware of things, but like I know my brain's like, I can't like filter everything right now. So I'm going to like go on auto. I'm going like I have to just work. I'm zoned into this one particular thing. Everything else is like extra, like just like superfluous, like human nonsense that I can't deal with. So I just like don't. I just completely like zone out and just do the thing, and I just feel like an NPC for a minute. But then like something happens, or you choose to just be like, boom. Anyway, I'm back. I know kung fu, and you're
Mhm.
just like, and isn't it interesting how that
Yeah, you
works?
snap back into place and then
Yeah,
take over the reins from the subconscious control of the brain.
yeah.
It's really weird. It's like we serve it's like our brain is a separate being that we just serve. And like it lets us play in a little sandbox every now and again, but it's really doing everything in the background.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because it's like if you're slave to yourself, you're master of yourself, and it's being human's weird as heck, dude. And I've
Mhm.
been thinking about it lately like a lot, and I've always been, we talked about it on the show before where I basically like I think of like all of life like we're all on our own hero's journey one way or another, like no matter what it is. Like if you're like, man, I really have to get these Christmas presents, like that's a desire. That's a thing you need. There are things standing in your way. You're on a journey to get those things, no matter how seemingly insignificant, like that's what it is.
Mhm.
You like I know that some people will like hear those words and be like, "Oh, whatever, you think you're a hero or that must be like the main character syndrome." It's not. It's just like I feel like everyone has a goal of one, some sort. Or if you don't, what do you do? Like how do you live a life where you don't have any goals? That's nice. Must be nice. Like
I'm
what do you
just succeeding in everything I could possibly desire. I
yeah.
desire little and I'm happy,
Yeah, like that's just not my
I
life. Like
guess.
I so I but like for me, I'm like I've been thinking about it more and more. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm about to become a level 40. Like
Oh man,
I'm
yeah.
like I'm going to become like a level 40 human bard. And I'm just like, man, okay, well, these are the things I've done, and these are the things I've like the quests and challenges that I have active. These are the things that I've already succeeded in. And it's just like think it's interesting because like it occurred to me recently that in the terms of like the hero's journey, like when you look at like the circle, like the Joseph Campbell circle of like like what every hero in stories go through, like it's
Mhm.
just you get the call to adventure and all the trials and such, but like dude, I went through like a obviously, like you, if you watch the show at all, you can know, you know, like I was going through like a really dark period. And not just like, oh, personal, like internal, turmoil or anything, but just like bad things happening and just like being
You
kind
were going through
of
Act
attacked.
Three of Act Three, like the pit of the pit.
Yeah, dude, and it really felt like that. And then I felt like really unlucky, which feels weird. You know, it's a weird thing to say, but like insofar as you can't control everything, there is a sense of luck. You're just like, or like, even if it's just probability, it feels like, wow, okay, well, why is it that like all these situations seem to be going so poorly and I don't know what I'm doing and like despite my best efforts and it sucks, but like I struggle through. I try to like stay as positive as possible and like stay, remain true to who I am and like things I believe. And I eventually made it out to the other side and through that met this incredible woman who I love like and like have this like
Mhm.
wonderful relationship with and she in turn was like also just going through like a terrible situation and she had just like all of this stuff and she was also going through like a super dark night of the soul like belly of the beast situation and I was like like in the hero's journey, that's essentially right after, you fight all that darkness, you get the reward that you're looking for, and then you
Mhm.
start your return home. And I feel like the two
It's
of us,
time for the ascent.
it's exactly what it is. And like I feel like the two of us kind of like found the reward in each other, and now we're returning home, and I'm just like, I. I've never felt like that, like I've never felt like, oh man, I'm like on my way up, like like in all situations, I've always just been like, something bad's coming, you know what I mean? But like this is the first time where I'm like, we're working on books. I just published my first book. I'm getting married. I'm in a happy relationship. Like I know a lot of people are gonna be like, it must be nice. But like, oh my God, watch more of this show.
Just
Like,
go back like a year or two, and you'll well,
yeah,
probably like two or three, but
yeah. But
still.
like it's been like just thinking about Play It Again and like what it took to write that and what I had to experience in order to have that story to tell, and it's just like, gosh, it's been such a weird struggle, but I'm so thankful to like be where I am right now. Um, Anyway, all this to say, life is freaking weird, dude. It's so hard to juggle everything. Even when you feel like things are getting better, it's like you still have that like weird quicksand, like goo, like attached to
Mhm.
you. It's like I'm leaving. Haha, you can't stop me, So, but
It's like
but
I'm gonna get you though.
yeah, it tries. But I do feel like this season in general is that quicksand. Like I feel like as much as it really is both things. It is like the jolly, happy, positive, like full of love, wonderful, best time of the year, and also so stressful, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know, like so I do the same thing you do, where I'm kind of like I try to forgive
Just
myself.
check out. Just let your body do the things. Your spidey sense will kick in. It'll get you. It's got you.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. But that's how it's been for me. Like I've been like mostly on autopilot, but like just kind of like throwing my attention at like whatever it needs to, like whatever I have to focus on. Because like I can't focus on everything or else I will go crazy and I'll probably cry. You know?
Hmm.
But we've been doing great, honestly.
Hmm.
We went to my oh my God, dude, my nephew. Oh, so uh my brother has two kids and his daughter had a birthday this weekend and we went to the daughter's birthday. Steven, what's your relationship with like other people's kids?
Well, my nephew Oliver is
Mhm.
afraid of me. He considers me like the disciplinary, which is so funny because I'm
Mhm.
really not that hard. It's just he lives with no rules.
Right.
So when he comes to my house, he's like, "Oh, Uncle Steven." In fact, my sister Rachel used to use me as a threatening tool. Like she's like, "You need me to call Uncle Steven?" I'm like,
What?
how did I become
That's
this?
this is me now? Oh my
This
God.
is crazy. But then like my other nephews, like Camden and Cody, they like I have a really good relationship with them. And yeah, I would say I have good relationships with like
So,
younger offspring that aren't mine.
okay, so like kids tend to like me most of the time,
Mhm.
right? So like most of the time kids like me. So when I go in public, when I'm in public, if I'm at a park, like anytime I bring Atlas to a park, kids kind of like treat me like I'm like their uncle or something, even
Mhm.
if I don't know them. And I'm just like, But Steven, when you go to a park in public as a grown man and a child you don't know is like, touch me, and you're like, no.
I'm not allowed to. Society deems me unfit.
Society says I can't help you.
It's not allowed.
You're on.
Whenever Tina's at work and I take the girls to the park, I'm like, all right, girls, maintain a good 7 feet away from daddy at all times. Because people are gonna be suspecting daddy of something.
But like, oh, dude. Well, okay, so normally, normally, Steven, and I hate to say this, this is this is very true, okay? And this is how I exist in public because of like the weirdness of society. But like, if there's a small child who's like, I need help off these monkey bars, I'm like, and you're on your own, kid.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're gonna
Listen,
fall, like, if I
the
see you
hell that
fall
I
and I
will
can,
summon.
I
The
will
hell
catch you.
that I
Yeah,
will summon if I come over there.
it's
You
true.
don't want either. You don't want any part of it.
Nobody wants this.
You're gonna
So
have a conversation with your folks later. It's gonna be like you never take any, whatever. You're gonna have a whole conversation.
no one wants that. But Steven, so okay. But I'm at this birthday party, right? And I'm hanging out with Carly, and we're like Atlas is running around with these other kids, and we're just kind of standing there. She wanted to she wanted to prove that she could still do the monkey bars, okay? And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, you can't do the monkey bars. You know, like you think you can because you remember like when you were younger, you did the monkey bars, but you haven't done it in so long. Like, when's the last time you tested your upper body strength? And like, come on. So this is what happens. We go over there, and as Carly goes to like get up and try the monkey bars, I turn, and Steven, there is like this adorable, like 3-ish-year-old like little Cindy Lou Who looking girl, okay, who's on this like rope, like a thick rope beam sort of thing. Like it's like a balance beam that has like ropes on the side that you can hold onto. She's too small to do that, so she's sitting on it, and she had scooted herself out just enough to not be able to do anything. So she's
She's
just
just stuck.
stuck, just stuck. And I'm looking at her, and she looks at me just like,
Please, man.
please, man.
I'm
I
kind of in a bind right now.
yeah. So she looks at me, and I'm looking, and but here's the thing: I had never met her before, but I know her dad was at the birthday party, and he's my brother's friend. So I was like, this is fine. I was like, I can help this girl. I was like, I'm gonna help this girl. She's stuck. She's adorable. I'm gonna help this little girl. I can't let this happen, you know? So I walk over there, and I'm like, do you need help? And she looks at me, and she kind of looks down, and she goes, yes, please. You know, and I'm like, oh, 100%. I was like, come here, you know? And so she puts her arms out, and I pick her up, and I set her down, and she's like, oh, thank you, thank you. And she's like being like, super cute, like just the cutest little girl I've ever seen, right? And then she like just stands there next to me, and she's just like standing there like watching what we're doing. And I turn around, and Carly's like, I guess I can't do the monkey bars. So I was like, what do you mean? I missed it? I
I
missed
missed
the
the
whole
monkey
thing?
bar.
I missed the monkey bar experience? And I was like, so I'm looking at this little girl like you just stole this experience from me, you little brat.
I had
And
to
I was like,
save this kid's life.
I saved this kid's life. You get back up on those monkey bars and you try your best. No, no, I'm kidding. But like,
Let me see it.
but so she's like, I can't do it. I was like, crap. All right. So I was like, well, I'm gonna see if I can do it. So I could do the monkey bars, but I lived on the monkey bars as a kid. So I was just like, and like I'm a stringy guy. Like I can do
And your
monkey.
hands just have muscle memory, hand
Yeah.
memory of what they need to do.
Yeah. So I did monkey bars, but while I did the monkey bars, that little girl ran around and got up the steps and was standing at the monkey bars trying to reach like this. And I look at her and I'm like, you can't reach that. You're so little. You're like a little thing. You can't even like if you fall off this, you die.
This is
And
like you're gonna take fall damage.
you're gonna
Like
take
the other kids won't take fall damage. You will.
you
You'll
will
be
100%.
minus 10 HP and you
Yeah,
only
it's gonna
have
be like
20.
yeah, it's not great. But she's like, and she's looking at me and she's just like, help, baby. And I'm like, do you want me to help you do the monkey bars? And she's like, yes. And I was like, screw it. All right, I'm your dad now. So, so I picked this
Get that guy, get him.
it's a stupid, like whatever. I think I pick her up and I do like the Spider-Man sort of thing where like she's grabbing and she's like letting go and then grabbing and then letting go and grabbing. So I do every single bar like this, and I'm like, first of all, I'm not training. Like I'm not training for the Olympics here, you know. So I'm like, come on, lady. Like, what are we doing? We're doing every bar. We can't skip a couple, you know. But like, so I set her down. She says thank you, and she runs away, and I'm like, this could go a million ways. I don't know what's about to happen, you know. But she runs over to her dad and she's like, I did it. I did the monkey bars. And it was the cutest, best thing. And he's like, and he looked over at me and I was like, just like I helped her. And he was like laughing. Um, dude, she just ran over. She hung out with us for like another 10 minutes. But the reason I even wanted to bring this up is she was super cute. She said two things that like were so adorable that like I know it was like a you had to be there thing, but I have to say it just for like posterity. So she's sitting there. She's not saying anything. She's just like sitting with us, like standing there. And Atlas walks over and I'm talking to him. And she just out of nowhere, like looks up and has one of those moments where she goes, I'm little.
Like she realizes how small she is.
Yeah. And I was like, and it was funny because I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if that's one of those moments, like she's kind of like, like, oh my God.
Snapping into consciousness. Like,
yeah, like I'm little. Like it's just so weird to think because like how often do you now as an adult who's much bigger than most people, like you have those moments where you're like, okay, well I can't walk on this side of the street because I'm way bigger than everyone over there. Like I can't. Like you're aware of your size, whereas like when you're like a child, you're like if you're a child, you're a child. If you're an adult, you're an adult. She had like a coming to moment where she's like
I am
I
tiny.
am a tiny person. Yeah. So she did that, and I was like, yeah, yeah, man. I was like, you're a little, you're a little, it's adorable. And she's like, uh-huh. And she ran over to the monkey bars, and she, stupid. I can't even. I'm trying to explain
She
this.
took some fall damage, is what she did.
I wish it were that simple to explain. The thing that actually happened can only be done by a child because like I don't even understand what her brain did. Like she ran over to the stairs. She climbs up two of them, and then she just kind of like straddles one, and she looks at us and leans over, and she goes, "I do this." Just like that. She like she's asking. She goes, "I do this,"
Is
and
this
I'm
what I
like,
should be?
so I think so, and that's the reason I wanted to bring it up is just because I was like, I feel like she came into consciousness and she's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. She's just, I do this.
This was all automatic before, and now I'm actually. It's like the ketchup fart from Step Brothers. This is all really fucked up now. Like this is all fucked up. I was having a lot of fun, but
That's how it
I don't know.
felt.
I don't know what this is. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
all
it
this
is.
is.
This is like you helped me. I did monkey bars. I probably could. I didn't know I could even do that, and now I'm little. Oh crap! Like oh my god! Like is that what happens? We just break in, and then she's gonna be like, all right, well, but I hope I'm gonna poof out of this because it's too weird to be this small, right? Like I don't know. I don't know how consciousness works. That's crazy.
All right, brain, check back out for a few years and let me grow a little bit.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'm good size. But dude, that party was interesting. It's always so weird to like go to kids' parties and be like, this is about the kids. I don't know. We're just gonna hang out here and talk about death, I guess. I don't know. My dad was like talking about how old he is, and he's like, yeah, well, your grandpa was this old when he died, and your grandpa was this old. And I'm just like, thanks, Dad. Like, I'm so glad. Like, memento mori. Let's all think of death at this child's party. Why? What are we doing? Like, is it like
It's
is
the
it?
full cycle, Ant. It's the full cycle.
It's the full cycle. The little girl's like, I'm little, and he's like, I'm old, and I'm just like, I'm trying to just survive here for a little bit longer, guys. Like, what are we doing? It's Christmas time.
Your dad hits you with the paw, Kent. He's just like,
Steven,
you're not dying, Dad. You're fine. Why didn't he save him?
Steven, it makes no sense. Can we talk about that for a second? If you're out there and you're like, I have a strong opinion about this, and you have your hands like way up here instead of on your but no matter what, let us know in the comments why you like if you think you can justify Clark not saving his father.
He's faster than a speeding bullet. All right.
No, now here's the thing. You think okay, watch the movie. He's not far enough where he can't reasonably run to him like a human, right? Because it's very reasonable for him to just run to his dad and tackle him like I'm gonna hold you down. Those people would have simply been like, it was a miracle of God.
Yep.
Every single one of them. Like every
Just
person.
that simple.
Yeah, everyone in Smallville would have been, and you know what? It wouldn't have been a
Hmm.
big deal. It truly wouldn't have been a big. I mean, you ever see like when we have hurricanes and tornadoes tear through the town? Sure, they destroy a lot of stuff, but often huge tornadoes and huge hurricanes still leave like a pile of debris just like sitting there untouched somehow, and you're like, how did that
Just
even happen?
nice. Nice and neat.
And it's like, wait, why didn't those bricks go flying through my house? That's crazy. I mean, it's like, oh, maybe it's the way the wind goes. Oh, and you can explain it away a million ways, just like Clark Kent could have when he saved his father very simply by just sitting on top of him for a second. Like, it's just so easy.
It's
I
a
don't
tornado. It's not even a hurricane. Like
know.
hurricanes down here can last 12 hours in one
Yeah. Oh
spot.
my God, dude. I don't know. Like that drove me crazy. That being said, I'm excited to see all the new Superman stuff.
Supergirl looks awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
The first look at Lobo was cool.
Yeah,
So
I know a lot of people are going to talk about it and be like, "Oh, it's Guardians of the Galaxy," and blah blah blah. But I don't know. I like it's a modern story in which a character
I
has
feel like
visited
that's just
Earth.
the way like science fiction characters kind of look now, and
It is.
like that's like the vibe of this era. Like
Yeah.
I don't
No.
know, like just because James Gunn didn't even write and direct this one.
Yeah.
It's just in his shared universe, you know. But like, who wouldn't draw inspiration from the Guardians trilogy anyway? Because I mean,
Oh, dude, I don't
it's
know.
like one of the best trilogies of the MCU.
Yeah,
So
it's wild. The amount people will complain before even experiencing something, and then
it's the Snyder Bros, dude. It
it
really,
is.
it's
There,
just the
man,
Snyder Bros.
Steven, I want people to read our books. I want people to love our work and like the things we make. I want fans and friends in a colony. I don't want one person to ever become that vitriolic and crazy about anything we do. Like
Mhm.
if if someone bought Deathless and changed it and did whatever to, I don't freaking care. Don't hate that guy. Just go read Deathless and show people the version of it that you enjoy. You don't have to make it
Mhm.
your whole identity, though. It's so weird and just creepy. I don't know. I love
There's
comics.
such a, it's just such a weird like universe to like latch onto, you know.
It is.
But honestly, I think it's like all the same people because like
Oh yeah, we talked
we've
about
had
this,
this talk
but
1,000 times. But
yeah.
even like the new Pokemon, like the new Pokemon Mega forms, right?
Mhm.
It's like they want all of the Pokemon to look edgy when they Mega Evolve. Like they want these super detailed, like anime-esque badass characters. Like, but the goofy stuff, like it reminds me of the same people. Like it's like that dark and gritty superhero movie is the
Yeah.
only kind of superhero movie they want to consume.
Yeah.
And if it's not in like some sort of low saturation, hyper realistic movie, then they're lame for watching it. So they like have to have, I don't get it. I don't get the whole edginess of it all, really, is what it is. It's like,
Well, you know what?
I,
Okay, this is what I don't understand about it, right? Or like what I have trouble with is I I'm not alone in this. Everyone who's like older than 25 has experienced like multiple Daredevils, multiple Supermen, multiple Batman. If you've ever actually read comics, you know there are multiple runs and multiple variations of the various universes, and like it's so insane to me that anyone is just like, oh, this one variation of it, this one adaptation is the sole adaptation, the only one that matters, and all others are. It's like it's a weird like religion that they're creating based
I
upon
don't get it either, too, because
perspective.
it's not even like the Zack Snyder films aren't even like Christopher Nolan quality. Like that's what's so confusing to me is like I vividly remember these people complaining about those movies when they were coming out.
Yep,
And now all of a sudden
yep.
it's like they're like the bee's knees. They're the best thing that ever happened to DC. Yeah, like I remember like people knocking him for killing him. I remember the whole Pa Kent thing being a ridiculous thing. I
Yeah.
remember when Batman v Superman came out, the whole Martha incident was
I mean, the Martha.
ridiculous.
Listen, the whole Martha thing was crazy, but also Batman crafts a freaking like spear out of kryptonite, which is super rare and hard for him to get, and they show the lengths to which he goes to create this weapon, and he leaves it in the street. Like he just like leaves it. He's like, anyway, it's still in a random puddle. He's like, ah, there it is. What? Are you kidding me? Like, there's so much about that movie. Anyway, I still enjoyed them. I still enjoy them,
Mhm.
but I don't understand why it becomes an identity or a religion for anyone. And it seems like they just simply, I mean, I think it's like anything else where it's just like, if something like, when someone identifies so strongly with something, anyone who doesn't accept that thing as like the one true God, is like somehow attacking their identity. And it's like that's just simply not the case. You need to, like loosen up a little bit. This is getting crazy. But dude, I just feel like they're failing to understand or like even appreciate like the one of the best things about the comic books is like they're godlike, like a pantheon, of characters
Mhm.
that can wear different skin. They have like these like they do have certain things, like certain attributes that each one has to contain, right? But there's still like we still have our god of speed and our god of strength and
Mhm.
our god of darkness and our god of like we're doing this. None of them, it's not like Clash of the Titans is the only like Greek myth. Those are the real ones, and all the other ones are bad. Like no, it's okay. Like we use these
Mhm.
characters in various ways, and sometimes you're going to enjoy some of them, and sometimes you're not, and sometimes it's going to be the thing that like you identify with or like relate to, but sometimes it's what someone else relates to, and like what the hell? It doesn't
Just let it
invalidate.
be, let it exist. And everyone's
Yeah.
like the whole box office shit is what drives me nuts. Like, since when do any of us care about how much the studio is fucking making? Who
Steven,
cares?
Steven, my whole, I just
Did it
I
make enough for them to make another one? Cool. That's the extent of which I care about the money that they gain from that
100%,
movie.
dude. And you know what's weird? Like I know like I say this to Carly all the time about like writing and like being an author and being public about like in the writing community and whatever and like having opinions about things. I I feel like a weirdo. I feel like I like an outsider. Like I don't think like I don't share the opinion that most people have, and I like
Mhm.
but I've never thought of that as like as a bad thing. I've never thought of that as like a vulnerability or like as, anything that's negative. I don't look at it as something where it's like, "Oh, I'm less than other people because I don't have the same like popular opinion." And I also don't think I'm better than anyone else. I just simply think like, you know what? I don't care how much money something makes. I don't care if something has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care. Like, I'm not concerned at all with the opinion of anyone outside of my body. Unless it comes to like having a conversation. I'm just like, hey, Steven, what do you think of that? Because like I had thoughts about it. Let me see what yours are
Mhm.
so I can like broaden my perspective. But instead of broadening people's perspective, they're just like, oh, you don't see things the way I do?
You're a piece of shit.
You're
And
a
now
piece
I
of shit.
hate you.
I
And now I'm
hate
gonna figure out where you live. What?
like
Why?
that's how it feels. And it's just like, what happened? Why do we do this? Like, why is this the thing that we want to? I don't get it. I'll never understand that. I like the idea that everyone gets a sandbox, and sometimes you get to play with toys that you didn't create, and that's cool, and it's fun. And maybe other people don't like it, and like your saying gets in their face, and they're like, "Ew, your sand doesn't taste good," or whatever, But like, also, then don't play in my sandbox. That's okay. Like, you
Yeah,
don't have
just
to
get the fuck
look,
away from this sandbox.
get away
Let
from
me
my
play with these toys that have fun.
exact.
Why do you have to narrate me having fun being not cool? I don't
And it's
understand.
yeah, and what's crazy is like they go over to someone else's sandbox and they're like, that guy over there had a great sandbox when he was playing with those toys. They weren't those toys, they were different versions of those toys, but they were better. Your toys are stupid. And it's like, oh,
Okay.
okay. Yes, I'm just playing with I'm enjoying it. And there's also this big crowd who's also enjoying it, and a lot of them are like children and people who like are relating to this and learning from it and growing in various ways. And then they will go on to make and play in their own sandboxes. What are you doing? Like I don't get it. So anyway, but speaking of sandboxes, Steven, back to our sandbox.
Mhm.
What are you gonna play with this week?
I'm gonna try to play with page 17 and hope no one comes in and tells me that I should be doing it this way and that I should include Martha on at least two panels.
Oh, Steven, I'm rewriting that script today, tonight. It's Oops All Martha, just like everybody's. No,
Martha, why'd you say that name?
but I love the tangents we have in the show, and but I feel like
Real
we've tried
quick, one of my favorite things from the Martha situation. It's like one of those memes that you have to have like 7 degrees of
yeah.
understanding. But remember when the whole gorilla fight thing was happening?
Hmm.
like 100 men versus one
Yeah,
gorilla.
yeah.
And it was like man 87 getting dropped, all that stuff. There was one meme. It's like man 93, and he's got the gorilla pin. It's the Batman having Superman pinned down. He's
Right.
like, why'd you say that name? And then it's like it was his mother's name, and it's Harambe. So
Oh
it was like he was killing like Harambe's like
no.
child. He's like, oh my! It was like it was so good. It was like the best use of that meme I'd seen yet, and I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. The moment that ruined everything, but
Oh my God, it's so silly. So this week I'm going to color one page. I'm not going to try to do more because I know I have wedding stuff, I have other work stuff that I have to do outside
mhm.
of that, and I have Christmas stuff that I have to, do.
Yeah,
So,
I've already done most of my shopping, but I'll probably have to pop out again this
and
weekend just to
well,
tighten up. On
I,
candy, stockings always get me, bro, because Tina does stockings, but I need to do Tina stocking. You know
yep.
what I'm saying?
It's
So,
important, dude. Like I had the same thing. I like realized it a couple days, like a few days ago, when I ordered a bunch of stuff, and like I figured it out. But I am I'm going to try to not wait until the last day to wrap things this year. Like I'm
mm.
so bad at it, Steven. I'm so bad at that. I'm always just like, yeah, Christmas Eve, I'll wrap everything. It'll be fine. And then Atlas doesn't go to sleep until like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna
You
take me.
son of a
Oh,
bitch.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, all right, fine. But anyway, so I'm gonna do all that stuff. That's what we're gonna do this week. That's how it went. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of our show. Thank you for making it this
And
far.
we love you guys. We love you guys so much.
Yeah, we really do. We really appreciate this, and like just you watching and you making it this far. I know this is probably a longer, weird, meandering episode, but you know what? That's life, and I'm thankful when it's a little bit longer and meandering. That's what she said. Steven, what do you want to say before we go?
I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. Thanks for being our friends. Thanks for supporting us. I hope your families have great holiday season, whatever you celebrate, whatever you don't celebrate. If you're going to be smashing Chinese food on Christmas Day, by all means, smash the best Chinese food. So,
Yes. But yeah, we really do appreciate you. We will definitely see you next week. But until then, I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next time.
Ooh, their mother's name was Boom. There it is. That's it's just that simple. It wasn't Martha, it was Boom.
Okay. Oh, I need my microphone. Two turntables as well. In addition to the microphone. It's not a separate thing. Maximize, enhance. How is it that every time I do this, I forget how to invite Steven? It's literally every time. I'm like, what button? What is button? I become Zoolander with the computer. I'm very tired all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Not like some of a sudden, but a whole sudden. Language is weird.